Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Unfiltered Fishing. Um, just after the holidays, it's cold, it's snowing out. I don't know if the camera's picking that up at all. I hope it is. A little bit of snow flurries, so we'll film in the snow. And I'm filming outside because I want to go over the three main surf rods that I use for surf fishing on the beach, and there's not really a lot of room inside the house to do that. So while it's kind of nice out and we have a little bit of snow, no rain, and no wind to interfere with the microphone, I will go over the three surf rods that I use, three main surf rods that I use, and where, when, why, and So the first rod that I use, that most of you guys probably see in most of the videos this year, is I'm a Lamiglass GSB. It's a 132-1L that's cut down 6 inches off the butt, so about 10 and a half foot rod. That popped off, not a big deal. And this rod I use mainly on the front side, in back bays, and usually when I just want to punch it out a little bit further, get a little bit more whip out of the rod. SP minnows, bucktails, lighter bucktails on the front side. That's the rod that I'm using. Anything else, bombers, darters, bottle plugs, metal lips, I throw everything with that rod for the most part. Back bays and especially when I need to get a little bit more distance than I can do with the 9-foot. That rod is mainly what I use for pencil popping and topwater, and a good reason for that. It's a slower action rod, or they say it's a medium fast, but it's much slower than some of the other newer rods and parabolic rods. Elsa, what are you doing? Sniffing the table? Where's the snow? Look at the ball. All right, so I'll she's out of the way for all of 15 seconds. Again, let me not lose track of where I was going here. So I use that for pencil popping. It's the recovery time is much slower than on the next rod that I'll go over. And this rod bends from the tip through the butt, mainly. It's got incredible stopping power. I'm not really going over these rods as more for examples of what I'm using to do, when you want to go out there and select a rod to use. These are more of examples. I don't, expect anybody to have to go out and get a Lamiglass custom-built rod. They do sell them factory made, which is very good. I happened to come upon some blanks, and they were the right price, so I was able to get a hold of a few of them, and kind of do what I wanted to with them. But that doesn't mean that you can't go to the store and get something that you're looking for. But if you're looking for a rod for pencil popping and all around, this rod and anything like it will do you just fine. So let me go over the next rod. Probably didn't see this rod too often in my videos. Ignore the reels. I'm not really going over the reels. The setups are what they are. The way I choose a rod in a reel setup is the way it balances. When I have that balance, I know that it's right. When I can go about here and the rod balances out, evenly, that's the right reel for the right rod. Some of these rods were built for that specific reel. This one was not. This is the Super Surf 2G or G2, 2G, second generation. The old ones were green. This one is blue, and this is a 10-foot, 2 to 5 ounce, and it's a much faster action rod. The recovery time on this rod is a lot quicker. It's a lot stiffer of a rod. The bend on this rod is through the top third of the half. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a picture. I'll put his pictures side by side of the two rods bent with fish on them, both bluefish, and you'll see the difference in the bend. The top third of this rod is where the power is. all the power is in the top third of the rod. This is also a 2 to 5, whereas the other one is a 1 to 4. So this rod, is difficult to pencil pop with. I know I've said that before. Is it impossible? No, you can do it. It's a workout. Really, I'd rather just not have a workout at my age. My shoulders are banged up as it is, and pencil popping with this rod is a chore. The main thing that I use this rod for now is bucktailing the inlets, and that's when I'm usually using 3-4 ounces of lead, either with a bucktail or a swim shad, or any soft plastic that I'm bouncing around. And the reason why I like this rod in the inlet is the sensitivity and the faster action. I feel it's a little bit more sensitive. I feel every tap with this rod, every tap. So if you're looking for something to bucktail with, 2 to 5 ounce range, faster action rod, perfect. You feel them pick it up. And the other thing is when you go to set the hook, it's faster action. It snaps that line back to you and sets that hook in the fish's mouth pretty well. And again, like I can throw as light as SP minnows and 3/4 ounce bucktails, and I've done it with this rod and caught fish and no problem. Just another option. The rod that I use, the rods that I like to use, and really, you find the St. Croix or any other model that's similar, you're gonna have the same results. I happen, like I said, to come upon the Lama glasses, and that's what I like to use. Let me go on to the third. And essentially, this is the same blank as the first rod. So it's another GSB 132-1L, only I had this cut down to 9 foot 4 inches. I like the way that the 9.4 performs a little bit better than just the 9 foot. There's probably not that much of a difference. I get a little bit more casting distance out of it, a little more bend in the tip. This rod was what I was using in my last video. I have the Saragossa on there. I've used the VR 150 on it, and it's really built for a VS 150, which I don't have now. But in the future, who knows? There's other responsibilities to deal with. This will have almost the same bend as the first rod that I showed, where it bends all the way through. And it's a little slower action, and I can throw some lighter things in the back bay. When I'm pencil popping for smaller fish early in the spring, or when I'm fishing back bay, and I don't need to really whip it out. I do get a little bit more casting distance with the 10.5 as opposed to the 9.4, but the casting distance really isn't ever all that important. Most of the fish are at your feet. It's not the rods that catch fish; it's up here that catches fish. That's the main thing and the important thing to remember. So you want me to throw the ball? Look at this. You do. Go ahead. Look at it. All right, so you get to see me throw the ball for Elsa. I got a pot of turkey soup going inside. That's going to take hours. Nice winter day. But, okay, so again, where was I with this? Lighter bucktails. This I had 1.5 ounces on. That's what I needed that day that I was last using it. It's time to bring these reels in and get them all serviced, clean up the rods, and store them for the winter, unfortunately, until about 3 months from now, maybe 4. Probably 3.5. It's December. What is today, Elsa? Is today December 27th? It is, right? It's December 27th? Yeah, December 27th today. Elsa, got that snow on you. Okay, like I said, and I go down again to as low as a 1/2 ounce with these. And I mainly use it for, throwing SP minnows, throwing ag darters. Again, I can throw anything I can with the other 2 rods with this rod. So those are the 3 rods that I use and the reasons why I use them. And I will, like I said, I'll put this side by side on these 2 different rods, and you'll be able to see the difference in the bend. And, unfortunately, if you go back and watch the videos, the first blue fishing video where I do a little pencil popping that I posted this year, you'll be able to see how much harder it is to work. Whereas if you go to my other topwater bluefish video with that rod, you'll see it was I could do it for much longer. It was much nicer to use for pencil popping. And this rod, same thing. I can pencil pop, and you know, the good thing about this one is it's a 9.4. It fits inside my truck, and it's a one piece. The 10.6 is, you know, I have to make sure that I'm with the rod because I'm not leaving anything on top of the truck. The 10-foot, the second rod, the Super Surf, is a 2-piece 70-30 split. And that's another thing that I forgot about that rod. So again, 70-30 split. Loosen that up. 2-piece. Like I said, all the power of this rod is in the top third of the rod, which is, you know, fine with the 70-30 split because you're fighting that fish mostly through the top third of the rod. Both those rods have incredible stopping power. I've stopped fish 35, 36 pounds on both of them. You know, fish well in the 30s, no problem. Another thing I do want to say is don't get so hung up on price. Especially with the rods. You know, if you're just getting into surf casting, you don't need to go spend $400 or $500 on a rod. The ODMs are terrific, great rods. All those rods are great. I started with a 9-foot Star Ariel and used it for everything. Pencil popping, didn't matter. And I caught plenty of fish on it, plenty of nice sized fish on it. You know, starting off with a Penn 704 and working up to a Stratic, you know, the Shimano Stratic that lasted quite some time, and then onto a Saragossa, which was nice that I picked that up, and then the VR 150. I kind of worked my way up through doing this. You know, as more money became available to me, and I got older, and other responsibilities faded away. You know, you don't need to go out there and you know, worry about the guy next to you with the gold Vans tool. Not a big deal, you know, or the Lamiglass. I said Star makes a great rod. I have one. It's in the shed. I'm not going to go break it out. You know, that's what I started with. It was a $110 rod. I did everything with it, and it had a lifetime, you know, 5-year limited lifetime warranty. You know, these are great things. St. Croix lifetime warranty. You know, and you know, the sky's the limit when you have money, and you can do that. You can do that. When you don't, you know, you can still catch fish. You know, most of it is 90% up here, you know, when to go and where to look. Right, else? Yeah. You want to come up and say hi? Come up. Say hi to everybody. All right, guys, well, I'm going to leave you with that. I guess the not ending rambles of a madman. Right, else? I'll use the bally again. All right, you can throw the ball again. Off she goes. And thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope everybody had a great Christmas and Hanukkah and Kwanzaa, and happy holidays to everybody. Have a great New Year. I'm trying to get this up before New Year's. So everybody have a great New Year and a great season. I still have fishing to do. I will be fishing all winter as long as there's open water, because I'm not getting out on any ice on Long Island. Sorry. Not unless it's, you know, like 6 inches thick, and then maybe I'll try ice fishing, but I've never done that, so I'd have to go with somebody who kind of knew what they were doing. But I will be doing some freshwater fishing in the time being, so I'll definitely share those experiences with you guys. I have some other video with the walleye stuff from the daytime that I haven't put together. Not that I caught any, but just the retrieve and stuff like that. I know a lot of my video is at night, but that's usually when I have time to fish, and you know, when the fish that I'm after are biting. So thanks, guys. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe. You know, consider becoming a subscriber. It helps out the channel greatly. Comments always help out the channel greatly. Well, any interaction you guys do with the video really helps us out. So I'm going to cut it there, and again, thank you guys all for watching. Happy holidays, and you know, if you're new, welcome to the channel. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and hopefully I'll have a whole bunch of other videos that I have planned going that will get put together, and I'll be posting throughout the winter. Guys, thanks. All right.